Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Boaco in Nicaragua. I found a spot on Google Earth that said it was the center of Nicaragua. I think probably somewhere around here. I was just on Google Earth and I couldn't find it again. I swear I saw it though. So we can assume that this area is almost, sort of, kind of, in the center of Nicaragua. You can see this is a great map here. You can see Lake Nicaragua making up this area here. But for the most part, this whole region is very mountainous, very hilly, with beautiful forests and rivers all around. Pretty much the geography right there. That's pretty much it. This is a very large livestock region. The Spanish, when they first colonized the area, introduced ranching to the area, and it's stuck ever since. Also a lot of agriculture as well, but this is a huge livestock area of Nicaragua. Boaco is nicknamed Ciudad de los Pisos, which means the city of two stories, because it's so hilly. All the houses, I don't know how to describe it. They look kind of like stacked like that, like little steps. It's a nice nickname. I like it. But yeah, it's very forested, very empty. Only 1% of Nicaragua's population lives in the Boaco region. So that kind of gives you an idea of really just how beautiful it is, to be honest. It's pretty untouched. There's some ranchy areas here and there where you can tell things have been stripped away, but for the most part, it's not a big tourist spot. I did see some fincas, but it's not like people are flocking here, you know. It's very removed, even though the capital, Managua, is just right over here, not too far away. It's not a spot that's really big for tourists as of right now. The oldest petroglyphs in Nicaragua have been found here in the Boaco region, and there has been an indigenous population here, of course, since the time of indigenous populations arriving in Central America. The largest indigenous group is the Nahua, which are more closely associated with Mexico, just up there. They're the largest indigenous group in Mexico. The most famous branch of the Nahua being the Mexica, known to history as the Aztecs. But the Nahua people speak Nahuatl, which is the tingliest language in the world. I swear, I think like everyone in that culture, when that language was invented, had ASMR and wanted to give each other tingles. It's so tingly. And again, I've said this before, if there's any Nahuatl speakers out there, start your ASMR channel now and get in on that, because it is such a tingly language. It's so great. The other main indigenous group here are the Mayangna. And they've had a tough go in history. Even before the Europeans came, they were pretty much subjugated by another indigenous group known as the Mosquito. And you can see along here, the Costa de Mosquito. They're very much a coastal peoples. Up here is the Mosquito Coast, as it's known, in Honduras. They lived along the edges here, and they pretty much had the other indigenous peoples under their thumb. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. The Manangna people are known by a more common name, but it is a name given by the mosquito to be derogatory, so I'm not going to use it. But yeah, they're more widely known by a different name, but I'm going to call them by the name that they prefer to be called, because that's just the kind of person I am. The only real, history fact that occurred in this region that doesn't pertain to Nicaragua as a whole occurred in 1749 in the old city of Boaco Viejo, I believe. The British encouraged the other ethnic groups in the region, like the Mosquito, also the Caribs and the Zombos, to attack and burn down the city. And they did. The survivors fled and founded a tiny little town that's still there, but it's just a little ranch town called Boaquito. But that only lasted for about 20 years due to flooding and to malaria. So they moved yet again to what is today the present city of Boaco. From what I can tell in history, it was a big Sandinista spot during the revolution, which means that, well, I didn't see any facts about this, just from what I've read about this area. This is what I've gathered. And therefore I'm sure it was very much subjugated by the Contras during that conflict. But again, I didn't find any evidence of that. Although a lot of Contra violence was covered up, so not much else I can say about that. But, I mean, that's pretty much all I've got for you for history. It is a quiet little spot in Nicaragua. And it's very beautiful. Why don't we just pop over to Google Earth and I'll show it to you on my tablet. Here we are in Boaco Department is what I should have said. Boaco Department. So let's zoom out first of all so you can see exactly where we are in the world. Here is Nicaragua. It is the largest country in Central America. Mexico is really just considered general North America. 3 countries in general North America: Canada, United States, Mexico. Everywhere else is its own thing, the Caribbean, Central America. So Nicaragua is therefore the largest. Also the largest lake in Central America, Lake Nicaragua, right there. But let's see where we are exactly. So there's Mexico, very easy to find on a map, very distinct shape. Caribbean over here. South America down here. And here are the countries of Central America: Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, the thumb, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama, which we're going to Panama next week. So, yay, I'm excited. Look forward to that. And as you can see, we're here in the middle of the country, and you can just tell from this how green it is. How lush, right? You can see all the little ranchy bits around. It's not quite as green, but that's okay because the rest is very, very green, isn't it? So let's start off in Boaco itself. Here's the city. Tiny and quaint. There weren't really that many good slideshows here, but the only really good one was at this park, named after Augusto Sandino, who led the Sandinista movement. It's so pretty. It's so colorful. Lovely little park. Oh, I meant to say you can see the statue there, but that's a better photo with these cute smiling faces right there. That's Sandino. Augusto Sandino. Great statue in this colorful little park here. So many colors. And here it says there's a museum to the revolution, but there's no pictures for it. And I'm so upset because I would like to see what's inside there. I probably could have found more history facts for you, but I've got nothing. Maybe it's closed. I don't know. Great little plaza there. See, look, I'm guessing this is it here. Nothing for it, unfortunately. But we can now roam around and play and try to see what things we can find. Some places have a lot of photos, some places have none. Let's see this place. Wow, that's a plant of some kind, for sure. A happy sloth, little two-toed sloth. Beautiful flowers, and of course, oh, there's other sloths. Cute. This landscape, though, isn't that gorgeous? All very rugged and wild. This is a neat mountain right here on the border. The Monolito Quetzaltepe. Oops. Oh no, it's doing the thing. It's doing the thing. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Don't do it. It did it. It did it. I don't know why I don't even know what I'm doing to make it do that. Okay, back to the mountain. I don't know what I'm possibly hitting, but there we go. Big mountain rising out of the distance there. Amidst all of this lush green. Oh, I think he made it to the top. I think they did too. Big rushing river there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hello, loud car outside. How are you today? Looks like a fun hike. Ooh, and a cool cave too. I think I remember this slideshow being nice too. Oh yeah, it's this little watering hole. Let's see. How nice. Among all these cool rocks. Let's see. Do I remember this having a slideshow? Zona Arqueológica. That's right. There's the petroglyphs. That's what I meant to show you. I'd be careful just straight up touching them, but there's probably nothing there to stop you from doing that, which is a little scary. We want to preserve it as much as possible. Did this one have a slideshow? Yes, Cerro Mombachito. It is gorgeous here. This is a place that every time I've come to Google Earth here to look around, I find something new. So I do very much encourage you to play around here in your own time. See what you can find. Lots of ranches you can see. Let me put the borders back up so I don't wander too far off into the jungle, even though this is a big department. So I wonder if I can find that center spot. Camino Rural. Oh, I did find it. I was looking everywhere for it. I knew I would find it on camera. Centro Geográfico de Nicaragua. There's no pictures, but we'll take its word for it. The center of Nicaragua, right there along the river. There it is. Let's see what this is. It's a little rural road. Camino Rural. What else can we find? Because I know I've seen waterfalls somewhere, but I think it was in the south. It's got to be all kinds of waterfalls, right? All these tiny little towns. Do you think that they have La Medalla? No, La Medalla. I didn't think so. How about this place? That's quite a name. Of course not. They're all very tiny. These look like farms. This looks like a farm. There's no pictures there about this hiking trail. Rio Mura Arenita. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Bienvenidos. Wow, that's very precarious. I would not look that confident walking across the bridge. He's brought his gadget with him. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe some kind of GPS thing. I would not look that excited to go over that bridge. What else can we find here? Oh, there's another rancho. Alright. Just 2 pictures. Looks like they're building a barn or something right there. Good old barn raising. Let's see. Looked at that. Let's find one more good picture. Let's bring up the borders one more time. And find. Oh, we didn't look at Lake Nicaragua. Lake Nicaragua is the only freshwater lake with sharks in it. Fun fact. Here's a finca. No pictures. A finca is kind of like an eco lodge where you can stay the night and get some food, but it's a working farm and you get to work on the farm there. You can see this little patchwork quilt farmland over here by the lake. It's really pretty. How about this town? Do you have a slideshow? Masapilla, you don't. I'm not surprised. But yeah, there's no pictures by the lakeside. I didn't even check, to be honest. Las Peñas, do you have any pictures? Look how mangrovey it is. Nope. Alright, we're gonna find one more slideshow before we end this. We're going to find it. Let's see. How about, is that, hold on. Let's bring the borders back up. Make sure we're still in it. We're still in it. It says Managua. We're not in Managua. Oh. Do you think these are cocoa trees? Based on the name? Anyway, it's a little farm with a pool. Probably an irrigation pool. I don't think that's a swimming pool. Oh, this is fun. Maybe it's a finca too. But let's end it here at this nice little place. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this style of content, please consider subscribing. We're going to another jungly, foresty area next, but it's pretty different from this because we're going to East Timor. So be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. There's all kinds of pools here. Do you think these are hot springs? I wonder why there's so many swimming pools. I'm not complaining. I'm just curious. How interesting. There's the town. No pictures, of course. We'll end it there. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good